Welcome to the System Control Center of CLP Power. The company provides electricity to more than 1.8 million customers in Kowloon, the New Territories, Lantau and most of the outlying islands, covering over 70% of the total land area of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region. At this System Control Center, the company's entire generating plant and power network, as well as our interconnection to neighboring systems, are controlled and monitored minute by minute, 24 hours a day throughout the year. Our system control staff have ensured that the city is powered with sufficient electricity at all times. Whether it be the infrastructures, factories, and commercial entities that require electricity to drive our economy, or you need electricity to light your home, cool you down, or warm you up, it's available at a touch of a switch. Electricity cannot be stored. It has to be generated as and when demand arises. Over the 24 hours of the day, the demand for electricity varies. It is lowest during the night, picks up rapidly in the morning when people start their activities, and reaches a peak just before midday. After a lunchtime drop, the demand increases again and remains fairly constant throughout the afternoon. During the early and late evening, it falls gradually. The demand for electricity also varies from summer to winter, from weekdays to Sundays, as a result of holidays and festivals, and in response to changing weather conditions. One of the major tasks of the System Control Center staff is to estimate upcoming demand and to ensure that the required generating plants will be available. We have to commit generating units as early as 12 hours in advance so that the power stations can have sufficient time to prepare and start up the machines. With the help of the Hong Kong Observatory's weather forecasts and a large statistical database of past demands, our staff can usually estimate requirements to an accuracy of plus or minus 2% throughout a 24-hour period. Preliminary estimates are prepared months and weeks ahead. They are then refined a day ahead, and individual power stations are asked to make themselves ready to put machines on and generate power at specific times on the following day. Control staff continuously monitor the system demand and the weather condition and update the estimates continuously throughout the day. Our electricity are mainly generated from coal and natural gas. In addition to using the territory's own power stations, we import electricity from the Daya Bay Nuclear Power Station and the pumped storage plant at Chonghua in the Guangdong province. We also have our own gas turbines power station. These units are used for peak lopping and emergency. Economic considerations play an important part in calculating how to meet demand for power. Computers enable system control staff to ensure that power stations generate electricity in the most economical manner and thus minimize the overall production cost. Every few seconds, the computers check the amount of power needed, determine which generators will produce it most economically, and send target to different generators to control their outputs accordingly. To meet customers' needs, we have built an extensive transmission and distribution supply network to deliver electricity reliably and safely to our customers. There are over 100 major transmission stations and more than 10,000 distribution substations in our supply network. Every day, there are various activities being carried out in the power network for repair and maintenance, testing and commissioning, as well as network development. Our system control staff are responsible for taking equipment out of service for site staff to work on. The system control engineers are also responsible for directing the system running arrangements and coordinating all activities, planned or unplanned, on the power system. Our power system is interconnected with the neighboring power utilities. We are connected to the Guangdong province mainly by extra high voltage overhead lines. We are linked to the Hong Kong Electric Company by 132 kV submarine cables across the Victoria Harbour. Since required generating spares are shared among interconnected parties, interconnections reduce the generation reserve requirements of each party. CLP Power's saving in generation costs goes to the customers. In the event of a generator failure, interconnected parties provide mutual support to each other, enhancing the supply reliability to our customers. Interconnection also allows electricity economic transactions among the interconnected parties to replace less efficient units. Sophisticated software programs on our control computer system help us to keep the system running smoothly and efficiently. The status of the entire power system, from the power stations, the 400 kV and the 132 kV transmission networks, down to the 11 kV distribution sources, are continuously monitored and optimally controlled. Information is received from and control signals are sent to remote stations via our telecommunication network. This remote monitoring and control system allows us to leave our substations unmanned. Alarms alert system control staff to any significant changes or abnormal events on the power system, which require corrective action, such as restoring supplies, bringing the power quality like voltage and frequency back to normal, or redirecting power and reconfiguring the system running arrangement. Our system control staff will also direct site engineers to the source of the trouble and dispatch emergency services crews to attend customer calls or in times of system abnormality. To enhance our services, this System Control Center is installing a distribution management system to extend our remote monitoring and control system for the 11K distribution source up to the customer door. With this system in place, supply interruption duration to customers is expected to be much reduced and supply security and reliability further improved. Lightning can damage overhead lines and disrupt electricity supply. The System Control Center's lightning location system forewarns our staff and enables them to track the movement of a storm. Each symbol on the map represents a lightning strike. This information helps control engineer to judge if a power circuit has been interfered by lightning strikes and pinpoint the area where damage is likely to occur. It also allows precautionary measures to be taken, as well as adjusting the system demand due to the change of weather condition. At CLP Power, the accent is on continuous improvement and customer service, and nowhere more so than in this complex and high-tech system control center. Extensive training is necessary to ensure that system control staff have the wide range of expertise needed to manage a complicated power system using modern technology. System control staff are trained on a system operation training simulator, one of the most advanced in the world. It allows them to practice daily operation and emergency handling through learning from previous incidents in a similar environment without making any risk to the power system. To ensure continuous monitoring and control of our power network, we have established a backup control center at another location to cater for emergency situations. The computer system at the backup control center can perform the essential functions on power system control. This system control center has two control rooms. One is for generation and the power grid control. The other is dedicated to the area supply control purpose. In addition, there are also general offices for the supporting staff on planning and process control activities. And now it's time for us to take you closer to the realities of our system operation functions. Ladies and gentlemen, this is CLP Power's System Control Center.